Alternative and social media, and top trend this morning on Twitter is about the Nairobi governors debate which took place yesterday at the Daystar University, and it turned into a session of character assassination where nearly each candidate smearing mud on the other's personality, saying that not even actually saying that with the top character assassin, that is Miguna treating some part of the debate to some comedy which people couldn't tell but just laugh along about. Let's take a look at that video courtesy of KTN News as it was beamed yesterday there.
Gentlemen have no manifesto. They are talking of dreams. Some are having dreams. Some are talking about non-concrete things. You see, this is the problem. At least me, you can refer me to specific pages and issues I've outlined in my manifesto.
Blame Mr. Miguna because I have allegation that there is something wrong with his encephalon or rather medulla oblongata. The allegations I have is that Mr. Miguna, when he was a young boy, he used to be a burglar. He used to break into houses. He's not a Muslim. He's putting on a Muslim scarf. Is that a matter of fact? He has a very deep panda cut. Is that a matter of fact? Tell him to remove his scarf. He has a very deep panda cut. Tell him to remove his scarf.
Sometimes being a motor mouth is not a solution to our problems. And I want to be very specific. I want to take on Miguna head on. Let him produce the details of the house. Either that house was indeed bought from Kenyari, because I have never bought any house from Kenyari. And you know, this rumor mongering will not help him. He needs to go out and campaign instead of rumor mongering.
Between the four of us, if you're the child and you have to go away, who do you leave your child with?
All right.
Comedy we were treated to yesterday in the Nairobi governors debate, with accusations and counter accusations flying in left, right and center right there. Alright, and on to another story that has trended a better part of this morning, especially on social media, is the story of a forger-in-chief who has been arrested. And this is a 50-year-old Ugandan man, namely Robert Muhoro Ikundo, who alleged to be a Form 1 dropout who served in several reputable companies here in the country, that is Kenya. And he was yesterday arraigned at a Nairobi court with 32 counts of forgery and impersonation. Alright, the man, wait for it, the man until the time of his arrest was the Deputy Director of Information, Communication and Technology at the Public Service Commission, that is the PAC Kenya. And the man, that is Ikunda, is alleged to have forged a master's degree in business administration, 2 Bachelor of Science in electrical engineering degrees, and college certificates, and 2 KCSE certificates. Ikunda is a Nigerian native who actually moved into Kenya and started his and furthered his primary education in Siaya and dropped out at class 8, and now he's risen to the position of an ICT director at the PSC using forged certificates. Other certificates that are forged include the birth certificate, the identity card, and also the passports. So this man has been operating on forged documents throughout, and he was released on a 300,000 shillings cash bail. Alright, so moving on to another story. A British woman who police said was thrown off the 5th floor of an apartment in Lavington here in Nairobi by her Kenyan boyfriend has spoken out. The woman, namely Tiny Collins, is 25 and is still in hospital after she was left with a broken spine and a broken leg and a broken right ankle. So speaking to Manchester Evening News, Tiny, the 25-year-old, said that she slipped and fell during an argument, and that she was not actually pushed off the 5th floor as the police were saying. And if I can quote exactly what she said, basically, I was a bit drunk, sitting on the balcony to get a bit of fresh air. I was having an argument with my boyfriend, my foot slipped, I grabbed onto the railings to pull myself up, but I could not and fell from the 5th floor. I was conscious when I fell. The boyfriend is known as Trap King Chrome. He's an upcoming Kenyan artist who has now taken to social media to urge Kenyans to raise funds toward the medication of his lover, that is Tainu Collins, the 25-year-old British woman. And on to another story. Tanzanian top artist Diamond Platnumz now says President John Pombe Magufuli has a right to impose a ban on the readmission to school of female students who dropped out due to pregnancy. And Diamond Platnumz was speaking after performing at a concert in Congo. And if I can quote exactly what Diamond Platnumz said, Magufuli is the president. I can oppose his decisions. For Tanzanians to elect him, they must have been wise. And so he, meaning Magufuli, fits the bill. I do not know why he or how he arrived at that particular decision, but we should respect it. I remember some time back, this particular, there was a lot of debate on the readmission of pregnant schoolgirls to school, with many saying that Magufuli actually went overboard in imposing that particular ban. We even had a discussion on Views on the News panel with a lot of people, especially on social media and also the panelists, saying that it wasn't actually right for Magufuli to impose a ban on pregnant school bans. And finally, a story that is just coming from the courts right away. Former editor with a Kenyan media house, that is Aaron Ochieng, has publicly apologized to news anchor, that is Joy Doreen Bira, and her family over a car theft and his earlier contention that they conspired in stealing Joy Doreen Bira's car. Ochieng further asked the court to allow them to settle the matter out of court, and the court has allowed them 1 week to reach an agreement and report back to the court for the matter to be withdrawn. And that particular story brings us to the end of Trends and Entertainment segment this hour. My name is Brian Okoth, and back to you, Lillian Muli.
Thank you for that, Brian. It's always such a treat and indeed a pleasure. My name is Lillian Muli. We have come to the end of Citizen Extra, at least as of now with me. I'll be back with you again very soon. Up next is Salim Swaleh with more on Citizen Extra. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.